Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much as always for coming back and watching one of my videos. Welcome back to this Sporting Club de Portugal save in FM20. Today in this episode we are seeing the Europa League group stage draw, and we've also got a game against Tondela in Liga NOS, and obviously we will catch up as well on what has happened since that amazing last episode. So if you haven't watched that, jump back and watch it before you crack on with this one. And as always, if you are new because of this save, thank you very much. Remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to stick around. And yeah, without further ado, let's get in then. Let's have a look at the clubs that are in the group stage draw. So the first seeds, I realise you might not be able to quite see them all that well. So the first seeds are Sevilla, Porto, Man United, Besiktas, Arsenal, Roma, Dinamo Kiev and ourselves. So obviously we can't get any of those. Oh, sorry, scroll down a bit and we've got a few more. CSKA Moscow, Club Brugge, Wolfsburg and Lazio. So I am assuming if we just do a draw all, is that putting... That's just putting them all the top seeds in a group, so we don't need to worry too much about how that goes. So we will do the automatic draw from now. So Sporting Club, we are in Group I. So Club Brugge get Krasnodar. Group B, Ludogorets. Astana going with Besiktas. Young Boys going with Porto. Then we've got Sparta Prague in with Wolfsburg. Apoel Nicosia with Arsenal. Braga and Eintracht Frankfurt in with Moscow. So who are left? We've got Gladbach, Legia Warsaw, Bate Borisov and PAOK. Don't want Gladbach. And we've got Gladbach. I did not want Gladbach. How are we above them in the seeds? That's mental. I'm going to control the draw here now. So Slavia Prague are in Group A, Getafe, Wolves, Red Star, Steaua Bucharest, Torino, Espanyol and Standard Liège all out. So the four that are left are Saint Etienne, Malmö, Karabag and Spartak. Moscow, I would prefer Karabag out of those. And we've got Saint Etienne. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So let's fly through these, get these through. And out of the four that are left, we've got Arsenal Tula from Russia, Slovan Bratislava, Lugano from Switzerland and Cluj. Not really fussed who I get out of those. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. And we have got Slovan Bratislava. So that's an interesting looking group. Gladbach, Saint Etienne and Slovan Bratislava. Not happy with the Gladbach tie, but it's all, we just have to finish in the top two. And I think in that group, we should be doing that. So after that Super Taça win against Benfica, we went into the season in really confident mode, up against Vitória de Guimarães on day one of the season, and we got FM'd. We really got FM'd. 2-0 home defeat. We'll have a look at the goals. They caught us on the counter-attack twice, really, sucker punched. The first one was struck in nicely at the near post by Rocanina. And then we got done 10 minutes from time as well, as a little bit of a scramble in the box, and then fired in from outside the area by Sacco, who got a goal and an assist. So clearly got man of the match. And yeah, it brought us back down to earth with a bump, I can tell you. And things didn't really get an awful lot better in the next match away at Maritimo. Again, we were by far the better team, but we only came away with a 1-1 draw, and we had to come from behind for that as well, as the free kick came in and John Clay headed the home team in front, but then Luciano Vietto absolutely spanked one in here, combining with Dimitri Fulquier and just rasping one in, very similar to the second goal scored by Guimarães in the first match. But it was a point on the board away from home. Still waiting that first win though. And that win finally came on match day 3 away at Boa Vista. Look at those stats. 40 shots on goal we had, with 18 on target away from home, and it resulted in a 3-1 win. It should have been a lot more comfortable than that, in fairness. We were made to work for it. It was a very good performance. So a stunner from Eduardo Enrique put us in front after 4 minutes, but just 3 minutes later and it was 1-1 yet again. We just cannot keep that clean sheet. A brilliant finish though from Idris. A super finish. Bruno Fernandes then put in a free kick that Luis Felipe got on the end of. Thiago Ilori heading it on. And then we wrapped it up in the final 10 minutes with another thunderbolt, this time from Dimitar Mitrovski, who came off the bench in the match. And it was a fantastic performance. Really confidence-building win. And we managed to follow it up in the next game. And that match was at home to Belenenses. We'd already beaten them in pre-season, and we followed it up with a good win here. Again, look at those stats: 24 shots, 10 on target. They only had 2 and 1 on target. And again, it's one of those games where we totally dominate and maybe don't quite get the number of goals that we should have. But it was a brace from Luis Felipe. We had to wait till nearly 20 minutes from time, though, to break the deadlock. And then very late on, Felipe on the end after Balassi's shot was saved. It was a deserved win, though. A second on the trot going into today's game against third place Tondela. It is a very timely win. So as you can see, we are currently in 9th place after the games that have already gone on. Rio Ave have just beaten Moreirense, probably butchered that. So we have dropped to 9th in the table, 7 points from 4 games. It's not a bad start. As you can see, though, today's opponents, Tondela, are up there in 3rd, and we will be looking to get into that top little bunch. With the win here today, even though we're away from home, I mean, the bookies have us favourites. We really should be winning this game, I think. This is the team that we're going with. It's a good team. It's a very strong team. There are no other transfers that I need to tell you about. The big news, Bruno Fernandes is still at the club. So that is the big news. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has watched a couple of our games, but there's been no real reports of an offer coming in. They've just not come in for him. So I'm hoping, I've got a horrible feeling it's going to be right on final day of the deadline, and that would really knock me if that was the case. We are the only game going on, aren't we? So we'll have Little League table up just so we can see. You see, look, even a point at this early stage gets us right into that top 4 already, but we want the win. A good win here would put us at least 2nd, possibly top if we were able to win it by a good few goals. So here we go. First highlight, 10 minutes in. We've had the better of the early exchanges by the look of it. 4 shots, 1 on target. We've got 60% possession, but we're on the defensive straight away as the very yellow Tondela come at us, and the shot goes wide for Pepelu. They are extremely yellow as a club. Extremely yellow. The stadium's yellow, the kit's yellow, everything is yellow. Right, here's Hesse. Christian Borja. He's lost the ball, it's played forward. Headed back with interest, though. Bruno Fernandes now. Lovely ball to Hesse. Keeps going. And it's going to be a penalty. It is going to be a penalty. The ref's going over to the monitor. I mean, it's got to be a penalty because if Hesse gets through that challenge, he's shooting. That has got to be a penalty, which I'm not actually sure. Is it going to be Bruno Fernandes, I think, to take? I think he's our penalty taker. It's going to be Luis Felipe at the moment. It's not Bruno Fernandes. Let's have a look. He is. Oh, I mean, he is. Yeah, he is an ex. Yeah, I'm happy with that. He can carry on taking that. He's in good form. He's scoring goals. He'll be confident. This could be a huge moment in the match. It's Luis Felipe. It's in the bottom corner, and it is the opening goal for Sporting Club. That is what we needed. I'm not, other than ourselves, Porto and Benfica, I'm not really sure who are good and who aren't in Liga NOS. Braga are usually a fairly decent club, but Tondela, I think, are punching well above their weight, being right up there at the start of the season. So I am confident that we should be going out and winning this game. Straight, Luis Felipe scores a penalty. He's still only got 6.8. It doesn't put a big jump on their rating when they score, does it? It used to do when they scored a penalty, I'm sure. Going past the half-hour mark, we're not really building on that. We've got another highlight here now. Hesse swings the ball out to Gonzalo Plata. Oh, he's done really well. Oh, it's a brilliant save. It is a brilliant save. I thought he was going to put that in that bottom corner. And it's a wonderful save. It really is. As the corner is headed out. But Wendell, no, thought he might have wrapped his boot around that, but he didn't. What a save from Ramos, though, from that ball, from that effort from Gonzalo Plata. Coming up to half-time. Looks like we're going in at the break. Oh, another highlight. I was going to say, looks like we're going in 1-0 up. It might not be. Luis Neto goes back to Maximiano. He goes into midfield. Lovely little clip to Bruno Fernandes, who dropped deep looking for the ball. Christian Borja has it now. Sebastian Coates, bit of a giant at the back. Playing it around nicely. Don't get caught in possession. They go back to the keeper. I'm loving this. This is lovely possession. Oh, and Hesse, the defender flew in, didn't he? Wendell's going to hit. Oh, no! Just had his range out a little bit there. And we do go in at half-time 1-0 up. I'm going to say, don't get complacent. That's gone down really, that is really good. For this early on in our first season charge, that has gone down brilliantly, that team talk. There's a few players though not playing well at all. We're winning 1-0 and we've got really crap ratings the whole way through. Right, this might change now. Bruno Fernandes whips that in. Oh, and Luis Felipe angled that header and it's gone onto the bar. It was so unlucky. It was a brilliant header. It was just one of those that the keeper's just clutching at. You know, it went in slow motion. The keeper was clutching at straws there. Right, little demand more. Let that go through. Only Gonzalo Plata has reacted well to that. Right, we'll let this highlight go through and then we might have to make some changes because we're not really dominating. I mean, oh, here we go. They're down to 10 as Xavier is going to be sent off for a second yellow card. My dog is sat up at the window behind me and he's now growling and barking, so apologies if that comes through. I couldn't chuck her out of the room though because she went in the garden and started barking, so it doesn't really help. As Hesse is off the mark for the season. Wendell with the assist and it's his first goal for the club. I'm guessing, is this his first? Oh, he's on loan, isn't he? Of course. So yeah, it's his first goal for the club. As Valon Behrami does really well there, clips a wonderful ball out. I thought Wendell was going to hit it, but because he loves a long ranger, does Wendell, but it might have been just a bit too close into him, and he touched it on brilliantly for Hesse, and it is 2-0. And look at that, Hesse still on a 6.9 despite scoring there. Bizarre. Right, let's have a look then. Who's playing really poorly? Gonzalo Plata's not having a great game. I'm going to bring Yannick Bolasie on, I think. I'm kind of tempted to take Hesse off as well. So we'll bring Bolasie on there and we'll bring on Marcos Acuna. He's going to put... We're 2-0 up. He's going to put them both kind of not really in the positions they want to be. But we'll leave it at that. And 20 minutes to go. The other one would be Bruno Fernandes, really, but I haven't got anybody that I could... Matias Oliveira, I guess, could play there, maybe. He could, but he probably wouldn't do very well there. But maybe what I'll do is I'll give Bruno another 7 or 8, maybe 10 minutes. Maybe do it with 12 or so minutes to go. Because we're 2-0 up. I mean, and again, we've been by far the better team. And this time the proportion of the winning margin probably is about right, to be fair. I wouldn't mind another goal, I have to be honest. I'm going to take Bruno off and I am going to bring on Matias Oliveira. Because I want to keep Bruno fit. He hasn't had a good game, in fairness. But I am going to drop a little praise in now. I've started doing this when we're winning in the last 10 minutes or so. If we're winning by a couple of goals, I do a little praise. It fires them all up for those last few minutes. Tends to see them over the line as well. So this has gone very, very well. I was a little bit worried about this game. Like I say, Tondela were third or fourth coming into it, so I was a little bit worried. But we were favourites going into it, even away from home, and it is a sort of match that we should win, and we have done. And it's been a very, very calm win. Helped on the way by that early penalty from Luis Felipe. It took us a little bit of a slog to get that second goal, but we did it. That is what matters. It's a very, very good win for us. It looks, I'm guessing, as though their goalkeeper got player of the match there, because none of our players did. So it puts us into second at the moment. Obviously, Portimonense do have a couple of games in hand. A lot of teams have a couple of games in hand. I have no idea why. I mean, obviously, this is a Friday, so a lot of them are coming up this weekend. Let's have a look then. What have they put us in? Oh, we're away in Gladbach for the first Europa League group stage match. We've got Rio Ave coming up a couple of times here. But I think what I'm going to do is I might do the whole month of September off camera and come back for that San Etienne game, because the Gladbach game, it is big, but I'm really not expecting us to win it. I think our battle is against San Etienne, really, for second place in the group. That is the plan. So what I will probably do is, as my dog is now scratching at the door, I'll probably do the whole month of September off camera, and we will come back for that San Etienne game. So yeah, again, let me know if you're liking this series. Smash that like button if you are. If you are new around here, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Jump in the description. There's loads of stuff going on with the Barcelona and Juve series. New series where I've been doing a bit of Fall Guys as well. Just some totally unrelated content. But I'm really enjoying that game. So yeah, check that out. Links to my Twitter and Instagram are down there as well. So I'd love it if you came and interacted on there with me. And I will see you very soon. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.